Hello, my name is Heather Heiman, and I'm the manager of the Human Trafficking Prevention Project here at Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service. I'm really happy to speak with you all today. I hope you're having a good day, as this month is Human Trafficking Awareness Month here in the United States. Every January, we try to highlight and raise awareness about this issue in this country. There's usually a lot of media focus on the matter, a little bit less this year with everything else that's been going on. But I wanted to highlight some of the things that MVLS has been doing to raise awareness about this issue. In particular, I would love to tell you about a webinar that we just did that featured survivor leaders who were talking about how the anti-trafficking movement can really help raise their voices, and how we all need to think about recrafting and kind of reclaiming justice as we do this work. The webinar, which you can find on our website, it is the Human Trafficking Prevention Project pages on MVLS's main site. You can find it by going to www.mvlslaw.org/HT. Under resources, we have all of our webinars there, as well as on the main MVLS site under recorded trainings. And this last webinar was featuring two incredible survivor leaders. One, Dr. Venita Carter, who joined us from Minnesota, where she has been an activist and also a direct service provider for many, many years. She's been doing this work since the late 80s. And she was kind enough to come and share her story and share a little bit about the changes that she's seen in the anti-trafficking movement over the last few decades, and discuss how the survivor leadership movement got started. She has an incredible amount of writing that she's done. She has a current programming available on her Facebook page called Venita Carter Presents, where she talks about issues relevant to the anti-trafficking movement. And I'd highly encourage you to check out some of the things that she's written, the videos she's produced, if you're eager to learn more, as well as listening to the webinar. She also founded an organization called Breaking Free in Minneapolis, and she was one of the survivor leaders that was involved in the original drafting of the first federal level anti-trafficking law here in the United States back in 2000, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. And she talks about all of this on the webinar. We also were so excited to welcome Shamir McKenzie, who is an activist here in Maryland that founded the Maryland Survivors Network, and she's also one of the co-chairs of the Maryland Human Trafficking Task Force Victim Services Committee. She's the CEO of the Sungate Foundation, as well as an advocate through Empower Her Network, and she talks about all of this work in the webinar as well, and also provides some real incredible insight about how veteran leaders paved the way for her, the work that she's doing now, the mentoring that she's doing to raise up new survivor leaders in the anti-trafficking movement. And they both give some really incredible advice about what we all can do to help raise survivors' voices and be sure that the justice that we're seeking for them reflects their actual needs and wants. And there were some really profound things that they shared during the webinar. Just a few of my thoughts a few of the things I wanted to share with you all. One point that they made that I thought was really incredible was the need for us to all see survivors beyond their stories. The survivors that we might be working with as we're advocating and as we're, working on legislation and policy, a lot of them, they have skills and accomplishments in their own right apart from their trafficking experience. And it's really important to recognize that and to frame their contribution in light of that as well. I also thought it was very profound that both of our guest speakers mentioned that, if you want to be an anti-trafficking advocate, you also have to be an anti-racism advocate. And that's something that we've been working on here at MVLS, trying to put racial justice at the front and center of the work that we're doing. And we're looking forward to continuing these conversations in view of the work that we do in the anti-trafficking movement as well. I know Jessica Emerson and I are planning on hopefully having that topic be a feature of one of our upcoming webinars. So I hope you'll check out the webinar that we just had. And again, as it is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, I also just wanted to mention again that here at MVLS, we are currently distributing our new materials that we got together and printed in the last year. Again, huge thank you to the Baltimore Mayor's Office and the Baltimore City Human Trafficking Collaborative for funding these great materials. We have brochures, posters, contact cards. If anyone is interested in getting any of these materials, I'd be happy to send them in the mail or do a safely social distance drop-off. And you can reach out to me via email, which is available also on our website. So thank you so much. Hope everyone's doing well and looking forward to chatting with you in the future.